Among the most volatile regions, the Israeli frontier with the Hamas-controlled Gaza Strip. On Sunday, Israeli President Shimon Peres visited southern Israeli towns that had been hit by Palestinian mortars, while Israeli jets fired on at least 10 Hamas targets. For more on this standoff, CCTV's Roee Ruttenberg sat down with the Israeli government spokesperson.
Let me be clear, the rocket fire from Gaza into Israel will be stopped. If Hamas stops it, fine. If the rockets continue to be fired from Gaza into Israel, if it doesn't stop by itself, so Israel will act to stop it.
Your critics say that, in effect, you're strengthening Hamas and weakening more moderate voices among the Palestinians. How do you respond?
That's not true. Hamas is part of the problem and not part of the solution. And Hamas should be fought against and defeated.
Israel has made arrests over the killing of the 3 Israeli teenagers. Homes have been razed to the ground. Does Israel intend to offer any evidence behind the suspicions, the charges?
It's much more than suspicion. We know specifically who was involved in the terrible murder of the 3 Israeli teenagers.
Do you plan to offer evidence for the international community to see?
We've actually been already sharing that evidence with some countries, including the United States. And as you saw from official spokespeople in Washington, after seeing the evidence, they did say that Hamas was involved. And not only Israel knows that, Palestinian security knows that. And I dare say most of the people in Hebron know exactly who these people are and what their affiliation is. They are central operatives in Hamas in Hebron.
When President Abbas doesn't deal with Hamas, he's told, you don't have the mandate over the people. When he does deal with Hamas, Israel tells him, we can't work with you anymore.
Unfortunately, this pact with Hamas is built on the premise that Hamas hasn't changed. And Hamas hasn't changed. So I call upon the Palestinians, break your ties with Hamas. Break your ties with these murderers of children, with these extremists who deny my country the right to exist. Come back to peace talks, fight terrorism, and let's move this process forward for our own benefits and for the benefits of our children and grandchildren.
Mark Regev, Israeli government spokesman, thank you for joining us.
My pleasure.